I've worn this as a label when it was actually a wound. I've, in essence, internalized someone else's brokenness as my identity. And once you name that, you start to remember who you were before the shame kicked in. You start, in essence, to access your own voice again, and your boundaries, and your ability to say, that was not my fault. Your ability to feel safe without over-explaining is part of this as well. Your ability to take up space without apologizing. See, you start to live from truth instead of from trauma. And slowly, the weight begins to lift. Not because the story disappears, but because you're not carrying it alone anymore. You bring it into the light, and you speak it into safe places, and you stop choosing silence over wholeness. And most importantly, you stop calling it shame when it was always just grief. Grief that no one protected you. Grief that your openness was used against you. Grief that you thought it was love. Grief, in essence, that you didn't know how to leave. A grief that still lingers. So let yourself grieve. Because once you do, the shame loses its grip. It has no hooks anymore that are left. And it only has space. Space for you to return to yourself. See, you're not too far gone. You're not too damaged. You're not the sum of your mistakes or your silence. You are someone who has survived a story that should never have happened. And now you're choosing to tell it differently. So we do this not to stay stuck, but more so to start healing again. So if this episode has helped you name something that shame has been part of your process that you've been carrying, join me tomorrow, because in that next episode, which I've titled When Boys Become Targets, we're going to be exploring how grooming systems like the 764 don't just weaponize vulnerability in generality, but how they specifically target young boys, young men,